Welcome to the third episode of Mike and Hype. Today with us, we have Adithya and Shubham. Adithya is doing some really fun things in the cricket space, and Shubham is in the manufacturing and packaging industry. I'm going to hand it over to them to do a couple of intros, and then we will take it forward from there.
I'm very passionate about what I'm doing. I like working, as I said. So I would never say like I had like a rough patch of months or this thing. Yes, up and downs, 1 or 2 days will be bad here and there, but I just try to keep working, know how to make things right, and just keep moving forward, not get stuck.
I think a lot of startup people, they don't know how to handle the budgets, how much they want, what they're gonna use the funds for. So I think that they really need to understand. Just because they are raising a round of money, that doesn't mean they can spend on anything.
A youngster starting a business, just thinking about I'll raise 1 round of funding, I'll do this, raise another round of funding, I'll sell it 5 years, 7 years down the line. But I think the fundamental thing of starting a business is solving a problem. Move as fast as possible and launch your product or service in the market as soon as possible, because I've seen a lot of people who are in the ideation stage, development stage, prototype testing stage, and the product never actually hits the market.
Hi, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi.
Yes.
So I run a cricket startup called 22 Yards. So rumbo one-liner la solnona, we conduct cricket matches, tournaments for corporates and at all levels for age categories, and we build the infra also. So we take the land on lease and we build a sports infra, and basically we build cricket grounds and we conduct matches and tournaments on that. This is what we do.
We'll speak more about it as we go ahead. Shubham?
Hi, I'm Shubham. I have a packaging firm where we do customized packaging for restaurants and institutions, from biodegradable to paper to plastic, and this is what we have been doing. And we also have a water distribution also.
That's nice. I know you both come from really strong family business roots. What is it like growing up in that environment? And any funny or memorable stories that you might have about, growing up in a household where family business was at the core of everything?
Okay, strong is a very strong word. I wouldn't say strong, but we were all like thriving towards, my dad was also a very passionate man towards engineering. So he wanted to do, manufacture and stuff with the engineering thing, and he started when he was young. So I would say we wouldn't had a strong background, but we had a very strong roots where we need to work really hard. And I can see my dad always working and at the job all the time. So maybe that helped me,
understand the importance of that structure. And Shubham?
Yeah, for my family also, they started not from a big scale. They just started. My parents, they came to Chennai and they started their own journey. So first it was very difficult, but they started with being an entrepreneur. They started doing trading of textiles, from saris, your bed sheets, a lot of things, and they have done multiple things, and I always seen them doing multiple things and thriving towards it and helping us secure a future.
So I think that's also, in a way, they've made their own set of mistakes. You've seen them try, you've seen them not give up. And I think that's all at the core of what both of you also do today. And how did watching that, I think, in different capacities, like you said, dad's been involved in working, let's simply call it a 9 to 5 today. And with your parents having set up something from scratch, what are some things from that or that experience that you take and you use as a part of your whole entrepreneur journey today? Because there is enough on the internet today. Everybody can go on the internet, how to be an entrepreneur, 10 steps on a ChatGPT will give you, Google will give you, anything will give you. But having seen that firsthand and having experienced that from your childhood, what would you say is, maybe how are some ideas that you've taken about entrepreneurship? Or let's say, where was at one point where you said, oh, I also want to do something like this? Is there any memory that you can highlight for us?
Okay, for me it was my parents and the entire family, the cousins, everybody was involved in the same business. So I can see family coming together in as such and doing and thriving towards that. And one was doing your customer acquisitions, one is doing your sourcing of materials, one is doing marketing. So that time we didn't have internet to learn about sourcing, marketing, all that. But when the whole family comes to it, everybody was doing one job. Now we have people doing those things. That time families come together and
to support each other. Yeah.
So for me, that I learned.
Nice. So for me, what I would say I've learned from my dad is, what I've seen him is you have to move faster. sometimes I'll be like bit lethargic, சரி நாளைக்கு பண்ணிக்கலாம், or like, but what I've learned is move faster. Even if you're making a mistake or something, it is about like how faster you learn and you move from one, and not giving up on things or not stuck in one thing. If it's not working out, you have to always have a plan B, plan C, plan D.
Yeah,
and
have a
move on.
contingency no matter what.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it is a contingency plan, but if you're trying to do something and it is not going on as expected, you can't say like, hey, the market is bad or something. You got to like put yourself in and try to figure out your way out of it.
If something doesn't work, what is the next best thing that you
Yeah,
can
you just
do?
have to keep moving. You can't get stuck is
Yeah.
what I've learned.
Yeah, agreed. At 28, I think you're both balancing current business ventures, and you have, I think, really bold plans for your future as well. What inspired you to take on, to whatever extent that you're working in with your family business, and what inspired you to take on that, and what is it that you want to leave as a mark in your own ways on the business world?
Again, all these are big words. I wouldn't say like, I want to make an ink on the business world and all these like big words, but I like actually working. I like what I'm doing, and generally itself I like business because it's very challenging. I would see like it's
Every
like
day there's a new challenge,
yeah,
yeah.
challenge. It's like a win, or every day I don't focus on, I don't have like a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan. I want to be here this, but every day I just want to like push myself, do something better.
That 2 steps forward, 1 step back is still a step forward, ideally. Exactly.
So நான் அது இப்படி தான் பார்க்குறேன்.
And Shubham?
For me, I never wanted to be an entrepreneur because like whole family was doing something on their own. I was like, okay, I'll prove them wrong and become something else, like be a professional. So I did my ACCA and all. I thought I'll be an auditor or something in abroad. I don't want to be here itself. Then my parents were like, you have to be here, you don't have a choice. So then I was like, okay, working in India, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'll start my entrepreneurial journey. But and I was a big foodie, so I wanted to always get into some food industry or start something of my own. So for that, like I was doing my 2 years. I was working in corporate also, like in audit firms, big fours. Then I was like, no, I can't do this, and I started my journey. And I worked with a restaurant for 6 months to learn what happens, how to cook, what is required, how you do your operation costing, handling resources. That was the most challenging thing. So when I started that, and then only I realized it's a very complicated thing. So I started by doing a packaging, a supplement thing for them. So that because last I think a few years Swiggy has been doing really well.
Yeah.
Everybody, even though our parents cook, we at least order one time in Swiggy, and I know, okay, packaging is going to be the next thing, so let's just try that. And because I was working in restaurants, I knew a lot of people then. That's why building contacts, I think was very important for me. And luckily I was mentored by a very great guy. So he has a chain of restaurants in Chennai, and so I learned a lot from him, and then I started this.
That sounds very interesting. So, Adithya, juggling cricket, manufacturing, exports, and recreation sounds very exciting and diverse at the same time, because we're talking about so many different industries, and every industry comes with its own, nuances and all of that. Now, how does your family's background in manufacturing influence your approach to exploring these different industries?
Right. Since I've told you we are into manufacturing, and we export pumps, valves to other countries. We always wanted to do something with B2C. It has always been B2B. We want to get into the consumer market. And Adithya, I was playing cricket. It is not like something which we planned and which I got into, having this startup called 22 Yards. Now, college padikumbodhu, I was playing cricket. And during that, I had an idea of doing talent scouts for all the professional teams in Chennai. So, appadi aarambichadhu. So, it wasn't like as a planned thing. If I would have not become a cricketer, that was my initial ambition. I would have joined my family business only if we didn't have this idea.
So I'm guessing this is something that's born out of your passion for the sport itself.
Yeah.
It's your way of giving back to the sport and staying connected with the sport also at the end of the day.
Again, I've not thought about
Baby
all
steps,
this way.
baby steps. We will get there.
Yeah.
Shubham, packaging for restaurants is a niche, but it's in a growing field. How are you planning on innovating this? And I know we spoke a little bit about customized boxes and the whole metal packaging. And I'm guessing your roots that come from textiles gives you that understanding of working with different types of materials, and also your on-ground experiences. How would you explain that?
For me, the most important thing was marketing by restaurants. Restaurants started they want to be in the market. They want to know people what they are selling. Before 10 years before, I don't think restaurants used to market themselves, and because of that reason, also a lot of restaurants were closed. So they how they will innovate and they want to get marketed is through their packaging. So that I thought like will be the future for a lot of, even though they are established or big brands, they have to do their packaging. We can see every day, not like, you can't name any restaurants that are not there on social media. So for me, that led to an idea like where customization is gonna play a vital role. So every in your packaging, your boxes, everything, the logos, the details, everything, the QR code scanners, you can order everything through just the packaging. So
I think also now there's a whole trend of the whole seasonal gifting.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
you have
Diwali.
yeah,
Look at,
Diwali
I don't think Diwali
hampers.
hampering was a big thing 5 years back, but now everybody
Very
wants to
true.
give somebody
Yeah, something
on
as
Diwali.
simple as a Blinkit order that you
Exactly.
have has a Diwali meant packaging. For
Exactly.
cricket, they have
Yeah.
something, and I think that's a very interesting and there's so much scope. And I'm sure
Yeah.
you've thought about that.
So one more thing I want to say is like I know him for last 10 years. So when he started his company, all the friends were part of 22 yards.
Yeah.
So so what he is doing right now was not he was doing 10 years before.
Yeah.
So we were hosting matches, scouting young
Talents.
talents, and
Uh-huh.
we were playing. Me and him also used to play cricket, and we used to scout talents. We used to go to other places, call everybody, and a lot of cricketers used to come. They used to train them, and a lot of tournaments we conducted.
Yeah.
So that's how we started. Everybody, and I have done like all the jobs. I've been an umpire, a ball boy, everything I have done, scorer, master.
But I think that's the whole point of not just starting businesses with friends, but also being friends who run businesses. Is just that you do each other's job and you do everything that comes under each other's job as well. I know, like we've obviously had, say, maybe family support, family backing, lessons that you've taken from family. But I mean, as far as students that are maybe joining programs like Arise for You, how do you think it can help young entrepreneurs leverage the family business strength, but also encouraging the youngsters of today to be innovative and bring in their fresh ideas? Because I think that's something that I see both of you doing. You have strong like roots and family background, but your ideas are your own. You've taken your lessons from there and you're coming and you're saying, hey, I know this, but I know what I want to do. This is how I'm going to translate and make my vision a reality. So what would you recommend maybe, or what would your advice be for students that are joining the program? How would you say, I know you have like a route, but maybe this is an angle that you can look at. These are some things to look out for.
I think because Arise for You, a lot of like-minded people come into the picture. So when you just have an idea, but this place will help you develop it. Like having an idea and implementing things are two different
Very
things.
different.
Two
Very
different
true.
things.
Very different things.
But if you have a platform for that and you meet like, and having a mentor is really important. This place also provides that. So with all this put together in one place, I think you can just not think but execute your idea.
I think what I would really look up to is you meet like a lot of like-minded people, you know. You can make good friends out of him. Like, you know, when you're even going out for a coffee, you guys can discuss about, you know, what is happening in your business. He can support, he can align. You'll have like not just one.
Yeah, I
You'll
think you
have,
can
like, 15,
leverage each
20.
other's talent. You
Exactly.
can leverage each other's like pros, and you balance out each other's cons also. I think
Exactly.
in
And
like a large way.
moreover, I feel like us South Indians, we are, a bit more conservative in our thinking and approach. So if there are like, people from all walks of life, உன் தாட் ப்ராசஸே பெருசாகும். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் ரொம்ப ஒரு லேமன் இதில் சொல்லணும்னா இப்போ நான் வந்து சே இப்போ சுபமே வச்சிருக்கேன் பேக்கேஜிங் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் சே ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இஸ் மேக்கிங் 10 lakhs a month. So if we are going to think about, for example, say doing 15 lakhs a month in 1 year, 2 years, so that's not actually how a businessman should think. If he's like 10, he has to think about like how I'm going to reach 10x,
Scale up, yes,
10x, 20x.
5x, yes.
So maybe if you're like meeting a lot of people, they'll give you the drive, passion towards
Agreed.
think
agreed,
big even.
Agreed. And what are maybe some challenges that you faced as young entrepreneurs, I would say, in today's fast changing, not just fast changing market, but it's also a very competitive market. Because like we spoke about it, the access to internet, the access to knowledge, the fact that everybody knows what social media marketing can do for you and how brands are so much more prevalent in social media today. Every brand is upping their game. Every individual is upping their game. Whether you are a brand or you are an individual with an identity of your own, the world is your oyster today. So as young entrepreneurs, what are some common challenges that you face that you think maybe our previous generations or maybe families or family businesses did not face up until today?
The one major thing I'll tell you is, as you said, like social media and with the AI, Google, everything coming in, I think I would say that has hit the businesses a lot where there's a lot of human dependency still. இப்போ எங்களோடதாகட்டும் ஃபேமிலி பிஸ்னஸ் மை பிஸ்னஸ் ஆகட்டும் இது எல்லாமே வெரி ஹியூமன் இன்டென்சிவ் ஹியூமன் கேபிட்டல் இஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். இப்போ எங்கள் கம்பெனியில் மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் யூனிட்லாம் தெல் பி 800-900 people working. And so இப்போ right now with all these coming in, people to do all this basic in the plumbing, electrical workல இந்த on ground ஒரு ஆள் அங்கேருந்து ஒர்க் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றது it is very very difficult. And second, even if you get like a good employee retaining them is very very challenging. So like, and we are all small businesses as we said, so the 1 or 2 employees is very important if you are a team of 20-25. So on the one rendu important times la ponana that hits your business. So the real challenge is with
and to bring in a new person and again get them
Exactly.
acclimatized to your business, to your team,
Very
is
true.
obviously time taking. And what would you say?
For me, it's like before companies like run on trust, like our family business runs on trust with their customers too. Even if something happens, they'll understand, they'll be okay with it. But now, because of times of changing, it's become so competitive. There's no error for mistakes.
it's all cutthroat.
It's
Yeah.
all very cutthroat because
There's no room for a second chance.
Exactly,
Yeah.
everybody's right there. So for me,
Very
that's
true.
How do you stay motivated when you hit a rough patch? And I know that I mean, I've known you both for a while. I know that you are you come from a circle of friends where you all lean on each other for support, and you've always got each other's back. And I've seen that, and I also know that you've worked odd jobs at each other's jobs. But do you also lean on family for support? Because as today's generation is growing, that disconnect from our previous generations is so much more. We are not able to relate, they are not able to relate, is something that we hear so commonly. எனக்கு புரியாதுடா நீங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்கன்னு எனக்கு புரியாது is something that we hear very commonly. So what are some things that you do to stay motivated, and do you lean on your family for support? Do you also drive inspiration from maybe their failures, maybe their lessons, maybe their experiences? What would your takes on that be?
பசி எல்லாருக்கும் செலவு இருக்கு இல்லையா? So how do I motivate now? Like we need like we have bills to cover. And but on a serious note, I'm very passionate about what I'm doing. I like working, as I said. So I would never say like I had like a rough patch of months or this thing. Yes, up and downs, 1 or 2 days will be bad here and there, but I just try to keep working, see how to make things right, and just keep moving forward, not get stuck.
Depending on families, I think very important. We both still any problems, our family will know it first. So before we asking them for help, they will be there. That's how
offer the help.
that's how I feel. And because they have a lot of experience, and we also need someone to tell us what to do. We'll be dull, everything. Parents will definitely help you through it, push you, give the right kind of motivation. And I think that's about it.
So I think it's safe to say that whether you come from a business family or not,
Yeah, your parents,
leaning
yeah.
on your parents at the end of the day.
So it, again, relatable. Yeah, they've also been there, done
Yeah,
that.
maybe in their own way,
Industry
maybe
is
not
different. At
in
the
the
end of the
same
day,
way.
yeah,
Yes.
hardships are hardships. If no
Agreed.
one builds anything easily,
And it's a journey, so even they would have gone through this. I
Yeah,
think
just
similar.
maybe in their own way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically just same text, different font,
Yeah,
as you can
exactly.
simply
Yeah.
put it. Social media and digital marketing, as we spoke about it, has transformed the business landscapes. How do you think you're using new generation tools to, give your business a boost? But I know, Adithya, you mentioned that as much as I rely on that, people are still important in today's age. And I completely agree with that. As much as you can use your AI tools, you can rely on social media, you can rely on software. There is nothing as reliable as relying on another person. And like you mentioned, trust is at the base of everything. But for up and coming young entrepreneurs, what are some things that they should look out for? Like, hey, leverage to AI, leverage internet, leverage tech, but into what capacity would you recommend it?
See, right now we use an app. We have a mobile app. It's called 22 Yards. Again, for all our bookings, scoring, to store players, stats, everything. So we developed mobile applications for our own use, and we use CRM for sales, and we have an marketing CRM to push in and out for the app. So I would say it is smart enough to as much as possible to streamline your process if
Your workflows and things like that.
exactly. So right now that is a lot easier right now, and of course we do all our marketing through social media. We try to do a lot of videos in our cricket ground and challenges. So of course social media and all the
All the
tools
tech.
which we're using is really
Important, I would say. I'm sure, like for you, inventory managing and all of that is super important.
But it is kind of very different from you. For me, it is like more. I have to speak to the restaurant owners and get them convinced to change their packaging, do this kind of ideas. So that is very difficult. So that time you need human interaction, and so I have to have people who have good communication skills. They are ready to motivate them to change it. Yeah. So this is what I think.
Nice.
Maybe one of our Rise for You's goals is to prepare students for modern entrepreneurial challenge. Based on your experiences, what key skills or let's say skill sets do you think today's young generation should focus on or should hone? Like, for example, you said communication is very important because if I need someone to pitch to a hotel owner, then they need to be able to convince them. And like you mentioned, the bare minimum of understanding teamwork is super important in sports. So if you were to come into, I'm sure that's at the base of your company, you being a sportsman yourself. So maybe these are things that you learn on a daily life basis. These are not skill sets that I need to go out and learn. But what are some skill sets that you would recommend young students of today to keep very close to them, to keep it at their core in terms of tomorrow, whether you start a business of your own or whether you go work in a 9 to 5, because you've done both? What do you think some of those skill sets would be?
I would start with people starting, youngsters starting a business, just thinking about I'll raise one round of funding, I'll do this, raise another round of funding, I'll sell it 5 years, 7 years down the line. But I think the fundamental thing of starting a business is solving a problem. It might be any problem, any problem. If you see about the rise of any company or any this thing, it is about they try to solve a
Solve for a problem, yes.
Problem. It might be even for example, a luxury product, or there is no. What I'm trying to say is, pudu market kulin, even if you're going to try to get in, you always try to see.
You're trying to find that gap. Where is there a gap and what is the need for it?
Second most important, I would say, is it is called a business just because you're making money. If your business model is a model where you don't make money, I think the startup cloud is over. So, your idea you should know how you're going to make revenue out of it. You should have a plan. It is if you're thinking about like just building a product, my model is not making money. I think
you need to change the way you think about it.
Yeah, if you're into business, that should make money, or it's not called business, right?
It should make money for you and everybody else involved with you.
Service or product in exchange you're getting money.
So makes sense.
For me, I think it's financial literacy. I think a lot of startup people, they don't know how to handle their budgets, how much they want, what they're gonna use the funds for. So I think that they really need to understand. Just because they are raising a round of money, that doesn't mean they can spend on anything. That should add that should add value to your business. That's what I.
That brings me to, I know you recently raised a round of funding.
A year back, yeah.
Yes, so congratulations on that one more time. But any tips on that or anything that you have to say about it?
See, now I never looked for raising funds, to be very honest. Now until 2 years back, I want to scale up level. I was thinking about, okay, 5 cricket grounds I want to do, then 10, then 20. I was like very having a 5-year plan, 20 cricket grounds. Then I had like a good friend, he's like my auditor. And he helps startups raise funds also. And he said like, dude, your financial models are great and your business is like really scalable. Why are you thinking about doing like 5 grounds in 20, in 4 years or something? Rather you can think about like doing 100 grounds in 2 years, 3 years. Think big. You can get others help also, not just monetary wise, but also you can like,
in terms of resources also, in terms of people also.
You can go for an advice, or like since they've been there, done that. So that really helped me to push myself like, okay, why not actually I can do that.
But it pushed you to think of it.
It's also help us to be accountable to somebody.
Exactly.
Agree. I mean, at a large level, when you have investors, that is at the base of it.
And I really was happy, like someone believed in my idea and what I was doing, and they investing in me. That gave me a lot of sense of responsibility. Like really have to prove myself. Because someone who I don't know,
is just betting on you with all of their guts, then you've got to like obviously prove them right.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Now thinking back to your college or your early days, what is maybe one thing that you knew before you started your first business or before you stepped into your current roles? It can just be one thing. It can be funny. It can be serious.
I wouldn't look back at anything like that because I've never went to college like you said. I was always playing cricket and always in the woodies in the ground. So it happened organically to me. If I look back, if I had known something, now I'm just like really happy with wherever I am right now. So I don't have anything to. I don't have anything to feel like.
I think maybe be aware of your surroundings, like be aware of your surroundings and what's happening. I think for me, I had an idea long back of food blogging, but I thought I told my even friends and they were like, bro, this is gonna be too funny. In camera, you're gonna review food.
Then
So
you
yeah,
chose podcast.
now
Yeah, you should
yeah,
have. I mean,
yeah, now
today,
look at that.
imagine. Yeah, this is like me being
So
too
yeah,
shy.
be aware what's happening and trust your gut. Don't ask anybody.
This is like me being too shy to dance on TikTok when COVID hit. Literally, I could have done it. You never know. If you had to share one piece of advice to students that are listening today who want to build their own businesses, especially coming from business families, what would it be?
I would say move as fast as possible and launch your product or service in the market as soon as possible, because I've seen a lot of people who are in the ideation stage, development stage, prototype testing stage, and the product never actually hits the market.
And still they raise funding and it
Funding
doesn't,
is not my problem, actually, to be very honest here.
But you're
It
saying
is
from the
about
idea inception to it actually
இப்போ உனக்கு ஒரு
becoming a
ஐடியா இருக்கு
reality.
அப்படின்னா உனக்கு என்ன லெவல்ல ஒரு டெட்லைன் வச்சுக்கோ, ஒரு 30 days 60 days, அதுக்குள்ள நான் புஷிங் மை ப்ராடக்ட் இன் த மார்க்கெட், வாட் எவர் த பேசிக் வயபிள் ப்ராடக்ட் ஐ கேன் மேக், மார்க்கெட்டுக்கு விட்டு, அண்ட் தென் யூ ஸ்டார்ட் எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரிங், தென் யூ ஸ்டார்ட்
Then you
பில்டிங்.
collect your feedback and then you build it from there.
அண்ட் ஃபீட்பேக்கில் இல்லை, நான் சொல்கிறேன் மார்க்கெட் லான்ச்சே சொல்கிறேன். your ப்ராடக்ட் should be in the market and you should have a date for that. I feel like if you have that in place, that will teach you a lot of things. And நிறைய பேர் I see like they're not going to the market as fast as they're possible. They want to give the perfect product
Yeah,
out.
the trial and error is happening so much. The whole testing is happening so much.
Next phase தான்
Makes
better
sense.
இருக்கும். நிறைய app
makes
developers
sense.
I've seen that.
Makes sense.
sometimes yeah, that's what, like even if you don't have a perfect product, have a product there so that you can even market it well and sell it.
Yeah, just go for it. You learn a lot of things. Whether நீ பண்ற ப்ராடக்ட் ரிலேட்டபிளா கூட இல்லாம இருக்கலாம், or they can really like whatever you build right now also, but first put it out there.
Got it. Got it. Balancing work, personal life, social life, ambitions can also be tricky. How do you manage it all without burning out? And when I say burning out, how do you do it without hitting that level of, oh, I'm done, I can't do this anymore?
Yeah, I think I'll have that feeling in the night, but the next morning it will be like, fuck, I have to do this. I have to do this. So you don't have a choice. For everybody, like everybody's gonna have a social life, your business life, professional life. You have to keep doing it. There's
Just
no other
keep going,
Just
basically.
keep going.
Wait, touch
Just
wood,
keep grinding.
it just happens right now automatically. We've never burnt
Yeah,
out.
actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because we're all just 28, 29.
Yeah.
Hey,
Maybe,
we'll burn out. We'll
yeah.
burn out. Like eventually, 20 years later, if I ask you this question, maybe you will have a different
Maybe
answer
the next
to
time
me.
when you call us in, we'll have a different answer for
Done.
that.
Now, what role do you think community programs like Arise for You can play in supporting students as they manage to set up a business in today's environment?
I think this helps them connect to a lot of people in the industry. That's very important because I started because I knew somebody in the industry. That's how I came. So if a lot of students like from all over the world have some connect to anybody, like now you have LinkedIn, people reach out on LinkedIn, everything. But like a program set together where certain mindset of people are there in the same industry, maybe that will help them go in which direction they need to go. They
have
that
the
idea.
guidance
Yeah,
and
they
they
have
have the
guidance.
right-
It's very important.
Yeah, I think it'll, as I told you earlier, it helps them think bigger, basically, and நிறைய பேர் interact பண்றனால you'll get to hear about a lot of ideas, a lot of
The exchange of ideas is a lot.
ideas, and you'll actually understand, oh, இந்த மாதிரிலாம் ஒரு industry இருக்கா. Even if I go to any like for a BNI meeting ஆட்டம், for example,
Yeah.
you get meet a lot of people, and
Who come from different industries, different walks of life,
exactly, this
different
is for students,
experiences also.
exactly.
Yes.
So you meet people a lot of, and you get to mentor. You get like mentorship from like really people who have succeeded
Who've been
and
in the
there.
business, who've been in
Yeah.
the industry. Okay, we've done a lot of like serious talk. Let's do a little bit of fun talk. We're going to do a quick rapid fire round. Which one of you wants to go first? Okay, well, he picked you. Anyways, just say whatever comes to your mind first. Okay, wow. If you had to pick classical family business values or bold disruptive innovation.
Bold disruptive innovation.
I already knew you were going to say that because it screams you. Who's the funniest or the most unexpected mentor you've ever had in your entrepreneurial journey?
I wouldn't say funniest, but I have a mentor.
Unexpected mentor.
Yeah, he's an unexpected mentor.
If you are at liberty to take his name, you can take his name.
His name is Mohan.
Okay.
And
And
he's-
why would you?
Yeah, because he started something on. I saw him start his company, and right now it has grown across India, and they make close to 100 crores a year right now within 7-8 years. And I've seen him how he has grown over the years, and I really strongly see how disciplined he is. Every day he's in the office at 8 till 8, Monday to Saturdays, and see him hustle. And as a result, I see him grow massively within 7-8 years of time.
So I think it's really important for you to be able to see that happen in front of you and know that,
Exactly.
hey, this is what this gets you is, I think,
Yeah,
super
I saw
important.
him like in a container office 8 years back, and after 8 years, he's like boom.
That's great. That's great. Same question is for you. If you had to pick, what would you? Classical, family, business values, or bold, disruptive
I would
innovation?
have picked classic family business.
Okay. And who is the most funniest or unexpected mentor that you've ever had?
I think for me it's Adi only. Like he'll be all,
Funniest, I'm guessing?
yeah, funniest and mentor also. Like he'll always be pushing us, do something on your, do something on your. You are not meant for corporate work. Sometimes I think because of him only I started my packaging firm. So yeah,
Tomorrow he'll invest if you need money.
he's already ready to do that.
Okay.
I wish I had that much of money though. Yeah.
Now your dream collaboration. I don't even know, like I shouldn't even ask you this question because you're already doing this. If you all joined forces for one business venture, what would it be?
The podcast. We already started doing podcast. We want to do something fun, and we want to meet at least once a week. Yeah.
So this is like your boys' time.
Yeah,
Apart
boys'
from being bosses and apart from fulfilling all of your corporate roles, this is your you time, I'm guessing. Yeah. And how's that been going so far? I know how it's been going. I've been keeping an eye on it, but it looks like pretty fun sessions, and it just looks like
It's really fun. Like, and we have something to talk about, discuss about. We think about what to talk and everything. And it's like
it's an excuse
fun
for all
group
of you.
activity.
Yeah, it's an excuse for you to all stay collaborative.
Mindset.
Got it. Simply put, it's just the fun version of everything else seriously that you all are doing. Okay, a couple of things that before we close this session, what is next for each of you? What are your big plans or any dreams, or what are some lessons that students can look forward to watching unfold for each of you? It could be business, it could be personal, it could be anything.
So right now, my goal is like, as I said, I don't have like a 2-3 year plan for the next 12 months, say until next December. I'm just like looking forward to, whatever I'm doing right now. I just want to double it up. I have like 8-9 cricket grounds right now. If I'm like somewhere between 20 cricket grounds across 3-4 cities, I'll be happy. Yeah.
For me, it's like I'm planning to start doing corrugated boxes and your metal packaging. I think that's where it's going, and your biodegradable sector. So that is gonna boom. And I'm also venturing out into another pet care service center. So I'm just working on it. Maybe probably like in next 12 months, I wish.
Oh, that's nice. I look forward to hearing more about
I
both
think
of
pet
them.
grooming industry
pet grooming
is really
Oh
growing
yeah,
up.
they have more spa days than I have in a
Exactly,
year.
and that
So
is
I
the
mean,
thing,
why not? They're willing to pay that kind of money. So why not? Now, how can student entrepreneurs who are participating in Arise for You think about holding on to their roots while also embracing the modern challenges, which I think both of you do very well. But what would your advice to the students of Arise for You be in the similar sense? Because I know you both hold on to your strong family values and your core, but you're also somebody that's constantly saying, what's new, what can I do? What would your advice be to?
I would say good things take time. Don't look for shortcuts. Maybe like small
Quick
money,
bucks,
quick
yes.
bugs. Exactly. So good things takes time, and trust your process. Trust your things. Keep on working. If you're really passionate about, don't think about the end result. Maybe on a daily basis, your end goal should be like, have I like pushed myself enough? What I did than yesterday. I think that should be enough. If you're going to like, that's why I don't even have a long term vision, long term goal. If you're going to think about, say I have to like, say with my field, not 100 cricket grounds எனக்கு வேணும் அப்படின்னு இப்போ 8-9 வச்சுட்டு யோசிச்சுட்டே இருந்தேன்னா I'll always think about like,
Yeah, you're short of 90, but then if you're just thinking of the next 20, you're only short of 10.
exactly. So which is reachable, which is viable for you right now. That is not uncontrollable.
I think you should learn from your previous generation parents how they had a structure, everything, and the structure still works. Today you need to work hard. You can't be like, okay, I'll just work to 9 to 5 and not work after that. It doesn't work in a business. Even before it was like that. Now also
it
like,
is not.
And even if you see like big entrepreneurs, they work. They really work.
Yeah, the time, there's no compromise on putting your time.
They don't say 6 a.m. club for a reason.
Exactly.
The 6 a.m. club is the 6 a.m. club for that reason. Yes. And last but not the least, what do you want your entrepreneurial legacy to be? I'm not going to say 10 years from now because I know you don't have a 10-year plan, but let's say, hypothetically, a couple of years down the line, if you were to turn back and say, hey, this is what I wanted to achieve and this is what I've achieved.
I think I don't have that. I just want to have a happy life, and like if it's okay for me, I'm happy. I don't want to leave a legacy
If it works
behind
for
us.
you, it works for
for
you.
me. It works for
You
me.
know, the question rephrase.
What do you want your entrepreneurial legacy to be? Tomorrow, if somebody says, "Oh, Adithya, the entrepreneur, oh, this is what he left behind." Do you want something? You want it to be something? What would that be?
At least like generational wealth for me. At least the next generation look up to இந்த தாத்தா தான் இந்த குள்ளு தாத்தா தான் இதை பண்ணாருன்னு சொல்ற லெவலுக்கு ஏதாவது விட்டு போனா பெட்டரா இருக்கும்.
Great, great. That brings us to the end of the session, and thank you so much. That was super fun. I hope you both had a good time. And I will look forward to all the exciting things that you both are going to be doing. And thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.